Booberdooge, and this is the final review for all the singular Combaticons in the Fall of Cybertron Platinum Edition, Grimlock vs. Bruticus. And so here we have Onslaught, and first thing I want to say is I think he's the weakest out of all of them, especially in vehicle mode. As you can see, it looks like they muddled a mess together. I just don't like this at all. If you take a look, it just looks so messy and so choppy and unorganized. I really don't like what they did with him. And although you can peg on his weapon, which I have here, you see you got 2 pegs here, and then you got holes up in there. What they tried to do was just to kind of hide everything, and that makes it a bit better, but it doesn't do much. I really don't like this figure. I have to say, he's probably the biggest disappointment in this group. I don't like him at all. So, without anything else, I'm just going to get into size comparisons real quick. Here he is with Starscream, the Armada Starscream. So yeah, nothing too exciting there. So, bringing in the rest of the team here to make a bit of room in here. There we have all 5 Combaticons. So yeah, the team looks pretty good all around, but I still have to say Onslaught is most definitely the weakest of all of them. So I'll take all these guys off here, and we can get this guy into torso mode. So, taking this piece off, his torso actually isn't that bad. That's probably the best mode he has, actually, I think, in my opinion. So, taking these out of the way, just come around here, flip this down like so, and then rotate this, and then this was down like this. It pegs into this slot right here. There's a tab right on here, and that just tabs in like so. Turn the Bruticus head around, rotate this like so, put this like so, this just clips on here, and then turn it around, this rotates, and then there's a peg on here and there, and this just pegs onto there like his hand holds on to that. And then you take this piece, and then there are 2 pegs here, and this just pegs onto there. And it just locks everything into place. So there he is in torso mode, and as you can see, he's got pegs there, and there. So yeah, not too bad of a torso mode. It's still kind of flimsy, it looks like. Like, I wish it was a bit fatter and bigger, but I can deal with it. So now, to get him into robot mode, just detach these, and then rotate this around so the arms are facing forward. Same thing over here. Just rotate this, and then keep it like so. And then you can just keep this like whatever. And then flip these all the way up and around to kind of hide the wheels. Take this piece off. Rotate this. Actually, want to rotate this head 180 and then flip it down. And it just tabs. You can hear it. And then detach this cod piece and rotate this piece. And this just comes up here, and you might be able to hear it, but it does tab into place. Doesn't want to tab into place right now. There we go. So it just tabs into place, and it is still kind of junky back here. But what are you going to do? So then you unpeg this. This was tabbed into there, and you rotate this around, and it just tabs into place. And that is it. That is his transformation, and there is Onslaught's robot mode. So aligning him up. There he is. Now, at first glance, he doesn't look too bad. I do rather like the way his legs look. And actually, I'm just going to take this off here. I do rather like the way that his legs look. It's just his arms that really bug me. It seems like a G1 Ironhide where, like, there's an illusion that his arms are supposed to start at the shoulder right here, but really, in reality, this is his whole arm. Like, I mean, yeah, this thing can rotate, and it does have articulation and stuff, but this really is the arm right here. It just, I don't know, he can't move in and out at all, so when you move his arms out, he looks like he's breaking his elbows. He just looks super flimsy, like a T-Rex almost. So, I just feel like the arms were super lazy. With the legs, on the other hand, I do really like the way the legs look. They look pretty good, and they do hide some of this junk fairly well. So, It's not terrible. It's much better than the vehicle mode, I have to say, but it's not great. So putting him here, actually I can take his weapon here. He can hold this. Unfortunately, you can't put this on his back, and I'm really disappointed by that. I wish that there was something like there was even a hole right here that this could just go right there, or somehow do this, because Onslaught always had that thing on his back, and it just really disappoints me that you can't put that on there. So pegging this onto his hand, it is a pretty weird, lame looking weapon, but whatever. So putting him here. Oh, and actually before I do that, I'm just going to go over articulation real quick. His head does rotate, but this back thing kind of hinders that. And his arms technically rotate 360 degrees, but this thing back here kind of hinders and doesn't even want to move that far. So the arm articulation sucks. He does bend at a weird ratchet at the elbow. He does rotate at the elbow. Nothing at the wrist. His waist does not rotate. Well, technically, I guess you could say it sort of does. He goes in and out on a ratchet. He goes forward and back on a ratchet. Not very far back because of this stuff back here. He does rotate at the thigh, and he does bend not very far at the knee. Nothing at the feet, and that's it for the articulation. So now we can do the size comparisons. First, I'll just bring out Armada Starscream here. About the same size. One thing I am glad that they did was that they made him relatively the same size as the other guys. So taking off Starscream. Now we'll bring in the rest of the Combaticons. Hopefully BRAWL will stand this time. First try. Nope. Oh, there we go. Just getting VORTEX in here. Blast off, and I might have to move these guys a bit. Here is SWINDLE. So yeah, pretty decent looking. Not too bad. I have to say that they are pretty decent looking. It's just Onslaught is kind of the outlier here. I think the rest of them were, like, they worked. I mean, granted, BRAWL had some crap going on, and the rest of them had a few things that I griped with, but they all at least worked pretty well. I feel like Onslaught, you need to get him right because he's the torso. And if you don't get the torso right, the whole combiner might look bad, which I'll touch into when we get into the Bruticus review. But I think they just totally failed with Onslaught. So taking these guys off. So I think that's about it for Onslaught here. So this is Fuberdude. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to see the other reviews of the figures that you might have missed of the Bruticus review, I'll put them in the links in the description below. And also, please stay tuned for the full Combiner Bruticus review where all these guys get combined. If you like this video, I invite you to like, share, and also I invite you to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of these type of reviews. And also, I have some stop motion videos on my channel. I'd also invite you to check those out. So, I believe that's all there is to say. So this is Fuberdude saying, keep playing, guys.